We're here at Sydney Hair Festival, and I'm sitting here with the ever so fabulous Mr. Paul Dare, who is so renowned for being such an iconic master hair cutter. And he's actually joined our EXO-GROW family as our South Australian ambassador as well. So I have the pleasure of having a chat with Paul today. So Paul, obviously your reputation speaks for itself. Why do you think the art of cutting hair with precision is super important, particularly when we're talking about fine or thinning hair?
You need to understand how to shift weight around, how to work with fine hair, thick hair, look closely at the growth pattern of the hair. So that art is slowly dying a little bit, but you really need to understand hair, you know, which is this whole EXO-GROW thing is really important because it's making me take a much closer look at hair and hair growth. But yeah, I love cutting hair, as you know.
Of course you do. You're so good at it.
And but I'm also that rule breaker because I've got this thing called the chisel, which Tracey Hughes thought was a little bit crazy in the beginning, you know. But I understand the rules of cutting hair, precision, as you do. But I'm also a disruptor. So I really like to break all the rules too. To break the rules, you can create an infinite number of different types of hairstyles.
You definitely can. So obviously a lot of people will go through the challenge of perhaps their hair going finer or having some hair loss or some shedding, etc. And it applies to both men and women.
100%.
And you've obviously got a very diverse clientele,
100%.
but I know your clientele is a little bit more mature. So what sort of demographic do you think that EXO-GROW would sit really well with in your salon?
I've been talking recently to clients within the salon, and a lot of them who are 40 plus have experienced some hair loss. It's super exciting for me to come back after Hair Festival to discuss with them the benefits of what this product can do for them. But also I have a lot of clients of a younger age who are experiencing dermatitis, or scalp issues, or they're sensitive. And I've already been speaking to those clients about it, and they're really excited too. So it's not just for the thinning hair client.
Exactly.
It's also for the scalp issue client.
Very well said, definitely, because obviously we've got the scalp mask, which is really good for the inflammation or any scalp disorders that we have as well. And obviously, as far as the growth factors, we've got the tonic as well, which will encourage that hair follicle regeneration. And I believe you're starting on the regime yourself. You're following our protocols.
Yeah, I'm starting, and I can be quite honest. I have actually seen some thickening. I'm waiting for the extra growth to come from, but
Fabulous.
I think the thickening of the hair shaft is becoming more obvious.
Yes.
And I've been using it for a month.
That's incredible after a month as
After a
well.
month.
Like I must admit, our Lash and Brow product claims that we can increase that growth by 61% in 4 weeks. But usually for hair, obviously that life cycle of the growth cycle will take a little bit longer to come through. So, you know, I'm really excited to see the results on yourself
Me too.
over the next 3 to 6 months as well, because I know one of the reasons you love being an ambassador is so you can see the results that you gain on your own hair.
It's having that confidence to commit to the product and see the product's working, and then pass that on to the client base.
Yes.
Because they trust what I have to say. So, and they all know I'm going to experience the product first.
Yes.
And when I do, the product will actually sell itself.
It will.
And I was talking to somebody recently. I said, we don't actually sell products in the salon. We tell products.
Nice. Very nice way to explain it. Don't sell a product, you tell a product. And look, in reality, you're selling a solution.
Correct.
You're not selling a shampoo.
Correct.
It's a difference.
But, the shampoo is absolutely gorgeous. You know, and the smell of it has been selling the product.
Nice.
The amount that I first time I used the shampoo was ridiculously too much. Ridiculously too much. So I've pared it right down. I'm using less than the size of a 5-cent piece.
Excellent.
Which
Good.
really spreads beautifully in the hair.
Definitely.
You know? I take it a little bit longer in the shower these days, because I've got the mask routine going on first. Then I'm in the shower and I've got the shampoo routine going on for a couple of minutes, and I've got the conditioner. So it takes me about another 5 minutes in the shower.
So do you see that we could introduce this as a protocol, as a basin service as well for a scalp and hair treatment?
100%. I've been discussing it with Corey.
Yes.
And I think it's a treatment regime that people will book in 100%.
Excellent.
And I'm looking at maybe adapting a space that's dedicated just to the EXO-GROW product.
We love that. That's wonderful. So also we have the DermaPen, and you just received a DermaPen yourself, so you're going to explore how to microneedle your scalp too.
This is my first experience of microneedling, and I'm excited and maybe a little nervous, but
of course.
We'll find out. I'm setting the pen up when I go back tomorrow.
Yep.
Jane's going to come in and take me through the whole procedure.
Yes.
But again, I've got clients who are asking about what's the DermaPen?
Yes.
What's the microneedling? So most of my female clients know what microneedling is.
But of course your male clients wouldn't have heard of it before. No
idea. So
no.
I have one client who's borderline booking his flight to Turkey for the transplant, but he's absolutely holding off for me to come back.
Well, that's interesting.
To come back, and he's going to ring me. He said, I'm going to ring you on Wednesday afternoon, Paul, to discuss what you thought about the whole hair festival and the DermaPen, and you've spoken to the guys here. So he's holding off on doing transplants.
Yes. But we work with a lot of medical institutions around the world, as you can imagine. We work with a lot of aesthetics, a lot of doctors, a lot of trichologists, and of course they even say when they've seen gentlemen have transplants that this is a great collection for them to use as a maintenance program 100%. Ongoing as well, to support that follicle regeneration of the new implants as well. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm keen to see how much we can regenerate.
Yes.
And do you need to then spend that money to go to Turkey?
Yep.
So I have friends who have been to Turkey and they've had great work done. But obviously it's a bit intense.
Yeah, of course it is.
This could be a great alternative because he doesn't want to come back with this massive head of hair.
No.
But he wants to increase a little bit of hair.
How do you find having the conversation about the emotional side of hair loss? Because that is probably the most challenging aspect of doing a consultation, whether it's a male or a female, delving a little bit deeper. And when someone loses their confidence because of the hair loss, that can be quite soul destroying. So how do you approach that kind of conversation?
It's actually quite easy. Yeah, the guys are highly aware of hair loss.
Yeah.
So they're very open to actually discussing it. The younger guys who are in their 20s are a bit nervous about approaching it. But because you're coming from a professional basis and we run a very tidy ship, they expect you to give them that information.
Of course.
You know,
well, at the end of the day, we're the experts. We're the ones with that knowledge, and they're turning to us. But we also need to make sure we can give them the scientific knowledge and the innovation and prove that we can give them the results. Yes. But at the same time, there has to be an element of emotional support as well.
Yeah. And as much as you're going to bring out a brand new book, but the scientific side of the products is really important to them.
Yes.
So when I've shown them the booklet with all the science in it, they really understand how in-depth this product is.
Exactly.
And it gives them that confidence to go, yeah, I'm going to try this.
So if I was to ask you one simple question, what made you believe?
What made me believe? Generally, massive respect for you.
Oh, thank you.
And that you've linked yourself to the company. Then you've come to me and my belief in your knowledge and who you are. And then trialing it.
Yeah.
So you said try it, and I said okay, let's try it. And in trialing it, immediately sold it.
Fabulous. And that's the thing for us. We want everyone to believe, because there's been so many different options over the years that maybe sometimes the product plateaus and it doesn't keep staying immune tolerant over the years, where our exosome technology does. So this is groundbreaking, it's brand new, it's patented. So we're so excited to be pioneers of this incredible new range, and we're so incredibly honoured and privileged to have, obviously, the fabulous Paul there as well as part of our ambassador team.
Happy to be here, and I'm happy to be, again, a disruptor. I've always been a disruptor, and I think this is going to disrupt that industry for hair growth enormously.
Certainly will. You will believe.
Come and see us in Adelaide for the ROADSHOW.
Certainly. Now we've got the ROADSHOW coming up. So the ROADSHOW is happening all across Australia, and it's going to be in Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth. And if you want to meet the fabulous Paul in person, he'll be at the Adelaide ROADSHOw. What are you the most excited about for the ROADSHOW?
I'm actually excited to meet all the brains behind it,
Yes.
and the science and the scientists behind it. So I'm really keen to really have a chat with them.
Excellent. So we've got two incredible key opinion leaders, one coming from Paris, Dr. Andrew Christie Schwartz, and we also have trichologist Andrew Hansford coming from London as well, and our fabulous, beautiful founder, Corey Marshall, and I will be actually your host for the evening too, and we will have special guests like Paul in Adelaide and other wonderful special guests in each city as well. So come along and join us.
Do not miss out on this opportunity to be groundbreakers.